मैडम से, शकुंतला मैडम से। सर स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट हो गया, राइट?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. I heartily welcome everyone to our this prominent webinar. So, I hope everyone present here is in good health, and I also presume everyone else like me is excited about today's event. Okay. So, today, let me introduce our prominent guest, Dr. Dinesh Kala sir. At present, he is heading the Department of Physics at Guru Nanak Khalsa College, Autonomous Matunga, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Having 33 years of teaching experience in various branches of physics and electronics at UG and PG. His area of expertise are research, earthquake sensors, and renewable energy. His field of research, earthquake sensors and renewable energy under UGC funding. A unique and innovative green lab is set up at the Department of Physics, and I have also seen that. He has conducted various short-term courses under different central government's funding schemes like FIST, STAR, CPE, RUSA, etc. Currently, he is guiding students on renewable energy for their research program. He has been invited for various guest lectures, including the lectures of physics refresher courses. Various important academic... Yes, sir. So, various important academic, administrative responsibilities in a college and Mumbai University, SNDT University, and HNSA University as well. He has published various research papers at national and international level. He has authored various books to predict predictions of earthquakes and alarming systems, microprocessor 8085, practical manual, microprocessor 8051, practical manual, and physics practical manual for UG and PG. So I welcome you, sir, for this webinar. I also like to welcome our respected principal and our management members for this webinar. So over to you, sir. Kala sir, over to you.
Okay, Sagar, okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Sagar, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Yes, sir.
There's some sound issue. I'll rejoin back.
Sir, all the mics are off. I think I should also turn off the mic. You can share your screen, sir. And you are audible also. I think sir has left the meeting. Mustafa sir, in the meanwhile, you can share our screen, our webinar screen. Thank you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Mustafa, will you draw your presentation, please?
Yes, sir. He will. Now you can share your screen, sir.
Okay, okay. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Now it is visible. Full screen, sir. You can continue now.
okay, okay. Welcome all the participants. The main intention of today's webinar or workshop or session, whatever you call, is let's save energy. And when we save energy, we save money also. So let's have a saving program. That's the ultimate aim. As you can clearly see, the word is Sorja. We are running a company under the name Sorja. Now we are consultant for it. Sorja, if we just break into two parts, it is Saur Urja. Saur means sun, Urja means actually energy. So we'll talk about the energy coming from sun and how we can tap it and how we can convert it. Now you know that we cannot exist without electricity. It's so important. Nowadays, especially in this summer season, if the electricity goes for 5-10 minutes, how uncomfortable it become. Imagine if the electricity is there not for a long time, how difficult it will be. We have to understand the significance of electricity. We understand the significance of anything when the things are not available. Throughout the day when electricity is there, we don't care about. But when electricity goes for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we become very unstable. So we need to understand that energy is an important factor. And in the form of electrical energy is a very, very, very important factor. So let's learn that what exactly energy is. And then we'll learn that how that sun has made it easy for us, not only for the existence which is doing from so many years, from this existence itself, but as an energy source as well. So as seen, I got my number displayed. Any query, anybody want any help in this regard? You're most welcome. You can note my number. One of the best book I have published so far is again on solar energy. If anybody wants the reference books, they can contact me. It is from very basic till installation of solar panels and solar photovoltaic, whatever it is. Let me come to the target straightway. We want to learn today exactly that solar power actually will give us the energy independence. You must be hearing in the news, in the news channels, even in our country, we are doing a lot as far as the solar and solar installation is concerned. The question is, and the problem is what? Today, whatever electricity is being generated, not only in our country, in most of the countries, either it is through diesel, or it is through petrol, or it is through coal, or it is through nuclear energy. These are the energy sources. And as today, or 80% of India's electricity is from fossil fuels. Fossil fuel mean either a diesel or a petrol or your coal. Nuclear energy is entirely different concept where electricity is being produced by nuclear energy as well. 80% of India's electricity. Imagine the growth in the population day by day and are reliant on 80% of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are those which are going to be depleted one day, which are going to be out one day. For example, there is a limit stock of petrol, there's a limited stock of diesel, there's a limited stock of coal. One day it has to finish. Question is, what is the solution? Solution is a renewable energy. Now, there are various forms of renewable energy. You can see there's the sun energy, there's the biomass energy, there's the wind energy, there's geothermal energy, there's the hydropower energy. Today, our focus will be on actually the sun energy and whatever we can tap from sun. Sun is an infinite source of energy. And the interesting part is if you can tap the sun energy, well and good. If you don't tap, anyway, it goes waste. Question is how nicely, how economically, what with best possible technology we can tap the sun energy and convert into in any form. But here we are focused with electrical energy. Hence, keeping all the renewable energy sources for the time being aside, we'll just focus on what exactly we are going to do with solar energy. Now, let me tell you, solar energy is actually used in two forms. One is solar thermal. You must have seen there are solar thermal installations almost everywhere in societies, in buildings, in hospitals, in hotels, in education institutes, sometimes also, especially when there are big kitchens there, the installation is there just to get a hot water from sun. That is solar thermal. However, talk on today will be on solar electricity. That how much and how you can produce electricity and how you can make the system very economical, how you can generate electricity with a very less cost, and the unit of electricity which is existing today in our society, maybe from 15 rupees per unit to 20 rupees per unit, can be reduced to 4 units to 4 rupees to 5 rupees per unit. Let me give a surprise. Electricity cost we're getting today is 15 to 20, maybe sometime 25 rupees, or depends on the electrical company you're taking the energy, will reduce to 4 rupees per unit. Moreover, the electrical company go on raising the units of or charge of per unit with a due time. Well, once you're getting solar energy and its energy is tapped from sun, the energy is with the same rate, whatever is still today after even 25 years. Life of a solar installation is 25 years. They promise 25 years. If it is 20, even it is more than sufficient. You should see that what are the advantages of the energy being converted from sun energy to electrical energy. Then we'll talk about advantages of solar energy. Before I go ahead, I would like to ask you, am I okay with the speed? Am I audible? And are the slides visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Speed is okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I going fast? Are all comfortable with this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speed is fine, sir. Very good.
Okay. Now, whosoever has got whatsoever questions, please put on the chat box. And Sagar sir, you take track of those questions. Whenever there's a question, you put a question in front of me and try to answer all maximum possible questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So rather than everybody talking and having a lot of load on the bandwidth, let you take the questions from the chat box, ask me the questions, and we can clarify the questions simultaneously rather than waiting for the questions at the end.
Yes, sir. I will note down all the questions.
Okay.
And
Okay.
after your session, we will have a question and answer session. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Let's come to advantages now. There are various advantages. It does not produce greenhouse gases. There is no carbon dioxide. There is no carbon monoxide. And the energy is so silent. Nobody understands where the panels are being installed. So many positive points. And there's no pollution at all. If you burn coal, if you use diesel, if you use petrol, even if you use nuclear energy, there is a definite chances of pollution. While if you work on solar and you tap energy through solar panels, there is no greenhouse gases, there is no pollution at all. Not only that, it requires very little water for maintenance. Not only that, it's a silent energy. Nobody comes to know where the panels are being installed. No noise, no mechanical system. Generating your own electricity. And you're generating your own electricity, not relying on any company. Whatever energy or sun energy you can tap, it's your energy. And obviously it will save the bill. You can also make money by selling. The interesting part is nowadays the government has given the permission that if you produce excess electricity than you consume, you can sell out the energy to the electrical company. You can sell out the units to the electrical company. That is called net metering concept. For example, if some college has installed solar panels for their requirement, some college, school, education institute, from last 1 year, the colleges and schools and education institutes are almost closed. They're hardly consuming any electricity. But if they're installed solar panels, they are able to produce a lot of energy. So you can imagine the amount of energy being produced by the institutes in last 1 year when there is hardly any consumption can compensate the energy consumption for next 2 years. They already sold the energy to or transfer the energy to transfer the units to the electricity company. So it becomes very good for education institute if they're not there for 2-3 days or maybe for 1 month vacation. Electricity production will continue. So you're generating revenue which is unlimited of life anyway. But now we're talking about the sun energy which is available on a daily basis, not on petrol, not on diesel, not on anything. We're talking about the sun energy which is available on daily basis, any instant, any moment, every moment. The amount of solar, see the interesting thing, the amount of solar energy Earth receives per hour. The amount of solar energy Earth receives per hour, 1 hour, have the potential to provide at least 1,000 times of energy consumed globally. Then imagine how much energy we are allowing to waste actually. We are not able to tap. Solar energy anyway goes waste. Either we use it or we don't use it. Finally, we have to rely on renewable sources of energy. And the interesting part, especially the new generation and the student of today should know that very soon all the diesel and petrol motor cars will be replaced by electric motor cars. That means what? Rather than running by diesel and petrol, they'll be running by batteries. But the question is, the battery will be ultimately charged from where? From electricity. So if you're using the conventional electricity to charge your motor cars, it is going to be very expensive. But imagine if you can produce electricity through solar panels and solar energy, the charging of the batteries becomes very cheap, and hence electric motor replacement will be the best possible solution in the today's scenario. You'll be out of diesel, you'll be out of petrol, you'll be relying on batteries, and the batteries being charged by solar energy. Because if I'm charging my battery from the same energy what I'm consuming at home, which is coming from the electrical company, it is not that beneficial. So you should see that there's an immediate future in electric motor cars. For a science student or for any person who want to do business, instead of very slowly see that instead of petrol pumps and diesel pumps, there will be electrical charging stations. And imagine if the electrical charging station is running on solar panel and not on the normal electricity, it will be a very win-win situation. It will be highly saving arrangement. Not only for the person as an individual, not only the society in total, but the country as a whole. You have to ultimately focus that somewhere the whole country should get benefited with whatever we do, along with the individual benefits. Then the interesting question is why solar in India? Many people have got a mindset. मैं लंदन में पैदा होता, मैं अमेरिका में पैदा होता, मैं यूरोप में पैदा होता, या मैं रशिया में पैदा होता, तो मैं कितना लकी होता. But we all don't know that we in India are the luckiest people in the world in every sense. Not only that, in terms of solar energy also, you all know, we all realize that sun is available in our country throughout the year. There are many countries in the world which are not that lucky, which are not that fortunate. Our only problem now is we should be able to tap that energy. Since a country is in a tropical country, we receive a lot of sun throughout the year, not only in summer, but even winter also. And that is a situation we need to exploit. And that is what exactly we have to see, that how lucky people we are. There are many countries where 6 months there is hardly any sun. So we can say that geographical location is very favorable. The tropical country receives sun radiation throughout the year. No release of harmful polluted gas because of solar. And installation is also very easy. Nowadays you can say everywhere there's installation going on. The solar energy that reaches the Earth's surface every hour is greater than the humankind's total demand for 1 year. This is a very, very triggering sentence, इतनी एनर्जी आ रही है सन से कि अगर 1 घंटे का एनर्जी आपने टैप किया टोटल, will be able to serve such a big mankind. And anyway, it is an infinite source of energy. It is there from years. It is going to be from years. It is there for us. It is there for previous generation. It is there for coming many generations. It is going to be there. One should know how to use it. Now, let me show some pictures where you really get enlightened that, yeah, there are so many ways that sun energy can be tapped and can be used. See this house. You can see this panels installed here. And if somebody becomes totally energy dependent on the solar, you don't have any electrical bill monthly coming to the house because it is free. It's from the sun. Only once installation has to be done. That is obviously have a cost. And for kind information, the cost of installation 5 years back and the cost of installation today is almost gone to 1/4. So it is also becoming cheaper and cheaper because panels are becoming cheaper. So everything is becoming cheaper. These are the arrangements which actually convert sun energy into electricity. And once your sun energy is converted to electricity, the whole problem is solved. Another example, nice house with solar with the energy independence. The sun, the panels installed are sufficient enough for this big house to provide energy not only through the day but even at night if there is a storage. And you can see some this is how this panels are stored even in such type of roofs. There is no necessary that will be concrete roof. Terrace can be in any form, and then you can see there is no installation. The interesting part is now see the trains installed with the panels at the top and electricity required, the fan required, and the normal minimum possible requirement the train can be compensated by the solar panels. So train cannot move with the energy of solar panels because this installation is not that large. But whatever is inside energy we require for lightning and fan and all, that is compensated easily. This is a beautiful idea used first in our country only. Now this is an arrangement where you can have solar pumps where water can be withdrawn from earth inside the earth using the solar panels. This arrangement is possible even in a village where there is no electricity. You don't require any electricity because electricity is produced by this panel arrangement. This is the interesting part here. These are the panels installed over the canal. It's a beautiful concept used in Gujarat. And you can see that these panels are over this canal. They have got two advantages. I need not to find a separate place for the installation because I'm using a place which is going to be anyway waste. And not only that, it reduces the vaporization of water. So it saves energy, it saves water. What an innovative idea. That this I told you, it's an immediate future. We not only require motor cars, run on batteries, we also need to know how the battery has to be charged. It has to be charged to the most economical energy source. And you can see in the foreign countries, the concept is already started. They have got the solar panels here. This is a charging station. These batteries inside these cars are getting charged. For example, you are in an office and near your office, this arrangement is there. Throughout the day when you are working, your battery will get automatically charged. You don't have to waste the time also. There you go. This is an auto rickshaw which is battery operated Not only that, his arrangement is there to charge the battery also. So wherever the auto rickshaw is throughout the day getting sun energy, their battery is in a continuous charging mode. You don't have to supply any additional electrical energy for the same. Then so these are the available mobile charging stations available specifically in foreign countries. Very soon we'll be having in India also. We've got panels at the top, energy is being tapped, and mobiles are being charged. Not only mobiles, even laptops can be charged. No electricity from anywhere, just from sun. You need to convert that sun energy into electricity. It's a nice arrangement. Panels are normally very heavy, but now these flexible panels are available. You can carry this panel with you. If you don't have any charging arrangement anywhere, for example, you go into a village and there is no electricity in the village, but you can't survive without mobile. Just put this arrangement in sun, you can charge a mobile. Put this arrangement in sun, you can charge a laptop. And it is flexible. You can fold it, you can carry it, you can open it whenever you want, and you can just convert this sun energy into the energy you want. What more you require? You are carrying electricity. Electricity become portable now. You go anywhere, you put in sun. Once you are exposed to sun, the electricity will be produced. You can charge, and you can charge a mobile, you can charge a laptop, you can run a small fan, you can run a small light. I'll show you how it is possible. Then this is, you must have seen it many places. There is a battery embedded inside this lamp. Through the day, the battery gets charged. There's a microcontroller sitting inside, which doesn't allow the lamp to glow at the daytime. Once there's a night, the lamp glow automatically. There's a dusk to dawn arrangement where the bulb becomes on and off as and when required. Then this is a more better and a more sophisticated arrangement. There is a panel over it. You see how this nicely, with how innovation things are being done. Then these are the street lights. This is a totally depending on sun energy. You don't have any electrical connection to any electrical company. Once you install it properly, it automatically become on and off, on at night and off the day. Now that the more innovation is added when there is a sufficient electricity being produced here, we can have a CCTVs also here. So with every pole there will be a lamp and a CCTV. And you can tap the information throughout the day. Nowadays, you must realize the CCTVs are installed at so many places. They give such a lot of important information. Specifically, some mischiefs are being done. So they are very, very important for us. Now, there is some interesting concept, When you install panels on your terrace, it's fine. But sometimes you require a big installation. For example, I'm having a lot of land in my village, and the land is not fertile. Land is there, but not fertile. The barren land. Best way is install solar panels in that, and they can give you better revenue than any farming can do. But assume you don't want to use the land also, but there is a space available over this water which is going to be anyway waste. So if you got the floating panels here, they are exposed to sun. You are getting a lot of energy from sun. They're getting converted into energy, and there's a floating one. You are using this water. So it will avoid the vaporization of water also and will be able to produce. This is a new concept, and it is not only done in pond water, it is done in sea water.
Yes, sir. हाँ sir, बोलिए.
Sagar, am I audible?
Sir, you are audible. I think that was a lag. एक
Sagar, am I audible?
इंटरनेट लैग हुआ था आई थिंक. हाँ सर, आवाज आ रहा है आपका. यस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल. हेलो सर. हेलो. हेलो सर. Hello, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible. Yes, sir, you are audible. Sir. Hello, sir. Kala, sir. Kala, sir, continue. Hello. हेलो काला सर। काला सर, आपका माइक ऑफ है। Okay, sir will be joining in a minute. In a minute. Thank you all of you for your patience. Sir will be joining in a minute. I think session is going in very great pace and बहुत ही फैंटास्टिक इंफॉर्मेशन कला सर दे रहे हैं.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible and it is visible also. Your presentation is visible also and your voice is audible also. Hello, sir. Hello, Kala sir.
Okay, let me continue. There was some interruption because of some network problem. I
Yes, sir,
hope
yes,
you are
sir.
able to see and listen.
Yes, sir. It is
Yeah, I
visible.
was at this floating concept where we can use a lot of space because we are using water. And there are two advantages of this. Number one, it avoids vaporization of water, and it keeps the panel cool at the from downside. Ultimately, if panels are exposed for sunlight for a long time, they get heat up. Obvious. So the cooling is also being done. So it solves multi-purpose. Then you should be happy to see that India's Cochin airport is the world's first 100% solar powered airport. Those who gone to Cochin and they must have realized that when you come out of the airport, there is a total installation of panels exactly in the neighborhood of the airport, and whole energy is being provided by the solar powers, that is solar panels. That is very interesting. Not only that, if you go to Guwahati railway station, the whole station is working again on solar energy. You can imagine we're staying in Bombay, and imagine at every local station, there is so much area over it. So the space is being occupied by the panels. It will not only produce electricity for this for that particular station, it will give the electricity to neighboring places, neighboring buildings also, neighboring offices also. Electricity can be produced for the station as well as it can supplement or it can supply to the neighboring places also. So imagine the future. Area is to be available and areas to be exploited. And you can see this is one of the biggest solar plant, not only in India, it's the world, installed at Tamil Nadu. India is one of the leading country in extracting energy from solar now, and very near future it may be it may be the leaders in the world. That is the way the things are going on. We as an individual, or we as a society, or we as an education institute, or we as an individuals should be able to tap the energy. We can't just wait for this big installation happen, then electricity will come to my house. We can do at an individual level as well. That is the ultimate aim of today's talk, because sun is available to everybody equally in the world. If I've got a house and there is a sufficient space at my terrace, I'm entitled to tap the whole energy from the sun at my terrace, and then I can convert into electricity. Why I should rely on electrical companies? This is the biggest plant in Tamil Nadu. It's all going all over India, but wherever is happening in the biggest phase, that is what we need to understand. Then there is very interesting concept. There are many countries which are rich in oil, but poor in water. There are many countries in the world which are rich in oil, but very poor in water. But if the arrangement can be done to convert seawater into drinking water, you require a lot of electricity for the same. If that electricity can be provided by the solar arrangement, then you can easily convert seawater into drinking water, and which is very economical as well. That is called desalination of water, and that is going on all over the world. The technologies over solar, there are many: photovoltaic solar, then concentrate solar, then water heating solar, then pool heating solar, then thermal solar, and so on. We are focusing on photovoltaic solar. Now, let me give some terms which are necessary for all to understand. Either we having that bit scientific background or not. This is nothing to do with the science background. Everybody knows there is a bill every month at my home of electricity. Everybody knows how much units I've consumed. Everybody knows if I consume less electricity, my bill will be less. Everybody knows if the electric bill cross a threshold limit, then the unit charge will be different, and so on. It is a general knowledge required by everybody who's consuming electricity. And there is nobody in the world which is not consuming electricity. So we need to know all these definitions for the basics. For example, voltage. At your home, voltage coming is 220 volts. At your home, the current coming is maximum 5 amperes. At your home, the power is varying from load to load. For example, refrigerator power is different. TV power is different. Bulb power is different. Geyser power is different. एयर कंडीशनर पावर इज डिफरेंट. जिस डिवाइस का जितना पावर होगा वो उतना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम करेगा, और जो डिवाइस जितना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंज्यूम करेगा वो आपके बिल पे उतना पेनल्टी डालेगा. So you have to see that how economically you can use electricity if you require minimum number of units to be consumed. For example, using a geyser at home, then you should be very precise that for how long you have to make it on. Your work is over, you should off it. If you continue the geyser to be on, it will be consuming electricity and it will be reflecting on your bill. You have to be very, very careful that how nicely the electricity can be used, even present, without going for the solar. Now, one important thing I'd like to clear here is there is something called watts. You all know if I bring a 40-watt bulb, and if I bring a 60-watt bulb, and if I bring a 100-watt bulb, all works under same 220 volt at my home. My home voltage is 220. But a 40-watt bulb and a 60-watt bulb, a 100-watt, what will be the difference? The intensity of the glow will be different. That is because 100-watt withdraws more current, 60-watt withdraws less current, and 40-watt withdraws minimum current, and 0-watt withdraws hardly any current. So more is the wattage of a device, more expensive it is as far as the electric bill is concerned. The maximum current is withdrawn by air conditioners. Maximum current is withdrawn by geysers. So they are having more electrical consumptions. So any device is measured by its wattage. If it is less watt, it will consume less current. If it is more watt, it will consume more current. And if more current means more units, and if less current means less units. Now let us take an example what unit is exactly. Either you are having any concept of unit before or not. It's a very simple example. This is the last line which I have written, last paragraph rather. Electrical energy unit. If a 60-watt bulb glows for 8 hours daily, I'm talking about a bulb. You can include fan, you can include refrigerator, you can include geyser, you can include air conditioner, whatever you want. I'm just giving an example with a simple 60-watt bulb. If it glows for 8 hours daily and for 1 month, that is for 30 days, how much electricity it will consume? So what do you need to do? 60 you multiply by 8.
आणि हळू चला स्पीड ब्रेकर ना बॉटल पडेल नाही.
60 you multiply by 8. Any problem anywhere?
No, sir. No, sir. Continue. No, sir.
Sagar sir, am I okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, whatever this particular last sentence, a 60-watt bulb glows for 8 hours daily. For 30 days, the energy consumed will be. Now, let me tell you what's simply to be done. 60-watt bulb, multiply by 8, multiply by 30. 6 when you multiply by 8, you watt hours. And when you multiply by 30, it gives you watt hours for 30 days. अगर मैं इसको multiply करता हूँ, I'll be simply getting 14400 watt hours. Watt because of the bulb wattage and hours because of number of hours I'm consuming. If one day I'm using 8 hours, then 30 days I'll be using 8 into 30 hours. That comes out to be 1440 watt hour. You need to understand how much watt hour you are consuming. And if I divide this fellow by 1000, I get 14.4 kilowatt hour, and that is exactly the number of units I'm consuming. अगर आपके एरिया में rate of unit is 15 rupees, then you can multiply 14.4 by 15, you'll get a total bill consumed or total bill produced for 60-watt bulb for 1 month. So one example, you can have anything. So whatever is the load at your house, you add all of them, multiply by number of hours, then convert it to kilowatt hours, and whatever you get exactly is the units consumed. Before we go ahead, you need to understand what exactly is electrical energy unit. So if you are getting more bill in a, for example, summer, suddenly the bill is more because you are consuming more electricity. Maybe because of air conditioner, maybe because of fan is running 24 hours, maybe because of whatever reason. So in summer the bill is more. In winter the bill is comparatively less. The reason is very simple. We are consuming more units. We are consuming less units. What exactly is unit? Number of kilowatt hours. Let's move ahead. Let me give an idea. Power is the rate of flow of energy. Unit is watt. 1000 watt is 1 kilowatt. There is nothing new. Energy measurement of power multiplied by time. We are not interested actually in watts. We are interested in kilowatt hour. अगर मैं अपने घर में नया रेफ्रिजरेटर लेके आया हूं जो मान लो 150 वॉट का है, assume I'm not interested in मेरा रेफ्रिजरेटर 150 वॉट का है. मेरा इंटरेस्ट है कि मेरा रेफ्रिजरेटर एक दिन में कितनी एनर्जी कंज्यूम करेगा. I'll be interested in kilowatt hour, not exactly in kilowatt. Then you need to understand it's energy consumed by the consumer and sold by the provider. Hence, one must be curious about kilowatt hours and not about watts. This is a simple slide which you need to understand. And actually, the whole concept moves around kilowatt hours. Let the number, less the number of kilowatt hours you're consuming, less will be your electrical bill, and so on. Any doubt, anybody till now?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Kala sir, you can continue, sir.
Okay. Let me go very quickly now because time is less and we have to continue. The time is slightly overshoot, so all are requested to coordinate and to cooperate. Okay. Now we were at this particular slide. Let's move ahead. These are some measuring devices. This will be useful only when you are going for this solar installation and all. Let me give a very simple example. If I got 3000 watt PV system is photovoltaic system, means solar panels. It operates at 200 watts. How much current I'll be getting? Simply, current is power upon voltage, you get a current value. This slide exactly relates between current, power, and voltage. A TV with 120 volts AC draws 3 ampere current. What is the wattage of the TV? It is nothing but 360 watts. And a TV is of 360 watt is on for 2 hours per day. Energy consumed will be 362, that is 720 watt hours. Remember, so you need to divide by 1000, it becomes 0.72. Then 0.72 will be the units consumed. So let us introduce the solar panels. This is how the solar panel looks. We'll talk about solar panels very soon. You must have seen solar panels. There is nothing new in that. It converts light into electricity. They can be connected in parallel and series. Each cell gives you 0.6 volt. It is exactly like a battery connection. If you connect 10 batteries in series, the total battery voltage will fall. Here the minimum unit is of a cell, which is 0.6 volts. If you add them in 10 in series, you'll get 6 volt. If you add 100 in series, you'll get 60 volt and so on. 100 cells in series will provide 60 volts. Now, every panel has got a specific property, and that is called standard testing conditions. It has to be 25 degrees centigrade. It has to be 1000 watts per square meter. There are light falling on it. There are radiation falling on it. And its air mass ratio is 1.5. This will discuss in detail It's a bit technical. If you want to buy a solar panel, you should know that the specification should be written at the back of solar panels. Interesting part is voltage of a panel, current of a panel, and power of a panel are temperature dependent. Let me remove a misconception from the mind. Somebody may say that the panels installed at Rajasthan, where the temperature is very, very high, will be more productive than the panels installed at Leh and Ladakh, where the electricity, where sun energy is not that intense. But for a surprise, the maximum energy is produced by the solar panels at Leh and Ladakh rather than Rajasthan, because the panel degrades if the temperature is gone beyond 25 degrees centigrade. They are best at 25. At the temperatures below 25, they are more better. That is something very interesting. That's why the European countries, even Germany and all, able to produce sunlight, this electricity from panel, because temperature is not the criteria. So be clear that if temperature is high, see, intensity of light should be more, not temperature. That is the difference. Day is very bright, but day is very hot. It is not same. Then geographical location, when you talk about the job opportunities, we have got so many options in that. A person from electronics will have a job opportunity, a person from electrical energy will have a job opportunity, a particular person from IT department, which is having a software generation, will have future. This is the branch of life which is including every part, and hence everybody has got a job opportunity. And if you can invest some money in the beginning, you can have business opportunity as well. Now let me talk about exactly that there are two types of energy sources, alternating and direct. The one which is coming in a house is the first one, alternating. The one which is in your mobile, the battery, in your laptop, the battery are exactly DC sources. Now you know what is the surprise? आपका जो बैटरी का मोबाइल है, सॉरी मोबाइल का जो बैटरी है, सॉरी, इट वर्क्स ओनली विद 5 वोल्ट्स, और जब आपके घर पे वोल्टेज आता है, दैट इज एक्चुअली 220 वोल्ट्स. सो टू गेट 5 वोल्ट you have to step down voltage, and not only step down, you have to convert AC into DC. तो जो आपका adapter है, actually convert AC into DC. So you are going 220 to 5, and that also AC into DC. My idea was, when a solar panel produces DC directly, why need to convert this AC into DC? So there's an AC, there's a DC. Now your mobile charger requires 6 watt, your laptop charger requires 60 watt, both require DC. We don't require AC. Why we need AC? Because it's just existing and we don't have any choice. Either no or not. Even TVs are operated with DC. They are battery operated TVs. Basically in villages and in the motor cars, and in, for example, when you are going village in a video coach, the TV is working on a battery. So they work on a battery. Most of the things can be working on a battery. Most of this lab, if I'm a science student, electronics student, or having a laptop or having a mobile, working on DC. So the whole story is about DC. Why we should rely on AC? So our main aim is how to operate devices with DC without DC. And then save a lot of energy, and you save a lot of money as well. Now let me introduce a very interesting thing which we have done at Khala. See this fan. This is just 20 watt fan, 20, and it is working on DC, that is working only on 12 volt. This fan which is working on 12 volt DC is as comfortable as a fan at your home which works at 220 volts. But this is a DC fan. That means there's a DC motor. But if you just replace AC fan by DC fan, you you drastically save the energy. Whereas similarly, you can see there's a bulb. Nobody can imagine this bulb is of just 10 watts, the LED bulb, but working on battery. AC bulb of 60 watt or maybe 100 watt gives me same intensity as my bulb of 10 watt from DC. Why I should go for AC? Even the mobile which is getting charged here is working on just that battery gives me 12 volt, I have reduced to 5 volt. I'm just introducing you two important devices which are working on DC, which are not working on AC. They exactly works on the same way as your mobile works on a battery, your laptop works on a battery, your TV works on a battery, and there are many more things which are working on a battery nowadays. You can see that started with this slide. There is the AC, the DC. We are relying on this split today. The future is here on DC. I told you the difference, and I told you there's a solar load, and I told there is a solar fan, DC load, and there's a bulb which is so intense. You can imagine the intensity just by seeing the glow of the bulb, which is 10 watts. Now, you know, when you bring the LED lamp at your home, 10 watt, 12 watt, 50 watt will be too much. Just with the LEDs, save a lot of energy. And you are working a DC bulb, and it saves more energy. I'll give a very simple example, and with that you should understand. AC load, let me take an example. There are 3 fans, each of 60 watt, working for 18 hours. There are 3 bulbs, incandescent lamp, you know, that filament wala lamp, 60 watt, working for 3 hours. Just an example. And I multiply by 30 because I want for 1 month. I come to know that the energy unit consumed is 11340 watts. Divided by 1000, it becomes 113.3 units. And if the rate is 15 rupees per unit, I have to pay 1700 rupees for this particular load for 1 month according to the existing rate going on. Then for same 1 month, 3 fans. I don't require 60 watt now, but 20 watt is more than sufficient. 18 hours is same. My 3 LED lamps, I don't require 60 watt. My 10 watt is sufficient. And again for 3 hours. When I find this total load, I found to be 24.3 units only. Whatever work was done with 113.4 units under AC load, I required just 24.3 under DC load. And if the rates I take 15 also, my bill reduced to 364.5. See the drastic change when you go from AC to DC without compromising the facilities, the density, and the comfortability of a light and a fan. And you can see, I divided this figure by 1/7, I got 22%. That means my new bill is 22% of my old bill. So there is a 78% reduction. Now I'm using DC load. I'm running with the same electricity which is available at home. If I go for a solar-based energy that is based on panels, then you are surprised, same load with the same number of units, the rate per hour, I'm taking 8 per unit. Actually, it has gone down to 4 per unit today from the solar. I'm just taking an extreme value, 8 per unit. If you multiply, you get 194.4. That means if you go from AC load to DC load, you save so much. And then from normal electricity to solar electricity, you save further. So there is saving in saving. And that is the whole I say
Kala sir, Kala sir, Kala sir, Kala sir. Hello. No,
Any
sir,
doubts
but,
so far?
no, sir, but your voice is breaking. Sometimes it is very much breaking.
Agar sir, you're not audible. You just write in the chat box what exactly you are telling about.
Sir, आपका आवाज बहुत sir. Hello, sir. So can you hear my voice, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Is my voice breaking?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. So your voice is breaking, sir. Kala, sir.
Okay.
हाँ.
Yes.
प्लीज चेक आई थिंक माइक का कोई इशू है क्या आई थिंक बहुत बहुत बीच बीच में बहुत ब्रेकिंग हो रहा है सर आवाज
बोलो सर.
हाँ अभी अभी ये अभी ठीक है सर अभी ठीक है अभी आ रहा है हेलो
I just really within some time, the voice cracking concept can be reduced. It's a frequent problem. Clear now?
still some voice
Clear now?
हाँ अभी थोड़ा आ रहा है बीच बीच में सर लेकिन सर यू कैन कंटिन्यू सर यू कैन कंटिन्यू काला सर
What about my sound? We all is this interface and everything. AC load as in your house at present, it will change the much. If we change to DC load, electric connections. audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, but still. Mustafa, sir. Mustafa, sir. Mustafa, sir.
Yes.
हाँ शकुंतला मॅडम. हा
हाँ सर.
मॅम हा व्हॉइस ब्रेकिंग आहेच ना, म्हणजे तुम्हाला पण येतोय ना ऐकायला, तोच आहे ना?
हो येत आहे. हाँ.
ओके ओके ओके. आय थॉट की जस्ट आय वॉज एक्सपिरियन्सिंग दिस.
नो नो.
काला सर, कॅन यू ट्राय अगेन?
Yeah, please
हा
ask sir
मॅडम
to
बोला ना,
leave
काय
and join
काय
back. Yeah, हाँ.
आय थिंक
Sir,
he
can you
has done
exit
that.
and
He has
join
done
back?
that.
Yeah. Ask
Kala
him
sir
to do
has
it
done
again.
that, but
Yeah,
still.
it will help.
Okay, 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 okay. Kala sir, I will call him. I will call him.
फीडबॅक लिंक चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये येणार की ग्रुपवर येणार?
So feedback link will be shared here also and in the WhatsApp group also, in the Telegram group also.
Should we leave the meeting now?
So give me 5 minutes, sir. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
The electricity has gone in Kalasas area, so I think that's why the technical error and issues are coming. If meanwhile, if anyone have any question or any query to ask Kala sir, they can put their messages in the chat box. I will be sending the feedback link in the chat box. I think I've shared it. You can also fill that feedback link. Okay, so I think there is major electricity issue in Dinesh Kala sir's area. So he will not be joining us. So conclude करते हैं. I would like to invite Nishant Bis sir for the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Sagar sir. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, sir, and Kala sir is on the phone also. He can able to hear you.
Okay. So I, Nishant Bist, on behalf of JVM Degree College and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all, extend my most sincere thanks to our audience to make it a resounding success. With their presence, we are able to make this event what it was. I would really like to sincerely thank Dr. Dinesh Kala sir for such an amazing session. I wish to extend my gratitude to our honorable management and principal. I would like to express my humble gratitude to our organizer, Sagar Shinde sir, for organizing such a beautiful event. I would like everyone to take this quote of Thomas Edison with them, and I would like to end it by saying, I quote Thomas Edison, I'd put my money on the sun and solar energy. What
Yes.
a source of power. I hope we don't have to wait until oil and coal runs out before we tackle that. I unquote. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Nishant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, if anyone have any doubt, I think we can coordinate with Dinesh, sir. If you have any query, you, contact me, and we will revert back to Dinesh, sir, about that queries and questions, and we will definitely get you solved that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all of you.